I usually talk about books, but sometimes I cook. So tonight we're gonna be cooking. I'm making pan-fried chicken with cheesy bacon potatoes. I have had a lot of people make these potatoes and tell me that they are absolutely outstanding. They're a fan favorite for my family, where all 4 of us love them dearly, which is a feat in itself, satisfying every single one of us. So I hope that you will make them too, and I hope that you will enjoy them as much as we do. First thing you're gonna do is line an entire sheet pan of bacon. I genuinely fill it up as full as I can because we love bacon. I usually cook while going live on TikTok. If you're new to me or have never seen me before, I call that cookin' and bookin', where I'll just chat with everyone and talk about books and stuff. But today is the release day of Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, which is if you don't know, is like a huge release in the book world. And I don't trust people not to spoil me. So I am staying away from social media at this time. So I figured I would try vlogging my dinner. All right, and once you have your full sheet pan of bacon, pop this in the oven at 350. I usually start checking it around 20 minutes. So then we're gonna take 4 russet potatoes and we're gonna slice them into rounds about like a 1/2 inch thick. About that big. And then you come out with a stack like this. Discard the ends and you'll end up with each potato looking something like so. And with all your potatoes cut, you're just gonna lay them out flat on some baking sheets. And it'll look something like so. Now, if you don't have a double oven, then you're gonna have to wait until your bacon's done to do these, but these are gonna go in the oven at 375. But first, we're going to slather them in oil on this side, then we're gonna put salt and pepper on them, flip them, put oil and salt and pepper on the other side as well. I use avocado personally. You could use olive oil or whatever makes your heart content. Olive oil and avocado oil are the only oils I personally use, or coconut, but this is not a coconut oil circumstance. And then I just take a brush and brush them lightly. You don't want them soaking with oil, just give them a nice little coat. Okay, once you've coated them in this side, go ahead and sprinkle them with the salt and pepper. I use Redmond's real salt, not Morton's. At this stage, they're gonna look a little something like this. Now we're gonna flip and do the same exact thing to the other side. So the first time these go in the oven, they're gonna go in at 375 for 25 minutes. Now, while we wait for the bacon and wait for the first round of potato cooking, we're gonna cut and trim the chicken and get that ready to cook. Usually I get boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and the store I went to today did not have those. I already have an issue with like touching raw meat. And today we have bone-in skinned breasts. But we're gonna hack them together. We're gonna go on this adventure as a team, okay? Please excuse my face. I've gotten it down to what looks like just the normal skinless chicken breast. Love that for me. Unfortunately, I have another one to do. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm really grossed out by it, but I'm trying to just detach. Okay, I'm detaching from it. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I know that that probably has like some good meat on it that I could eat. Unfortunately, I'm too grossed out to worry about that at this time. So we're gonna eat what we got here. So when you have your skinless chicken breasts, I just cut them into something that resembles a chicken tender. I don't really have advice on directions to go. I just cut them into something that resembles that. I'm gonna have to throw this away because even looking at it is grossing me out. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our chicken tenders. Now we're gonna make the seasoning that we're gonna season them with. After 20 minutes, our bacon is still not quite ready. So we're gonna leave her in there and let's give her another 5. I do not use measurements because it's a problem of mine, but I will give you measurements. So you're gonna do 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of paprika, 3/4 of a teaspoon of oregano, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon cayenne. Give that a good stir and then sprinkle on both sides of your chicken. It's gonna look something like this. This can get a little spicy, so if you have sensitive kiddos, definitely cut back on the cayenne, I would say. I have sensitive kiddos. They tell me they don't like spicy things, but they love this chicken. Do with that information what you will. So then we're just gonna set the chicken off to the side, ready to cook in a few minutes. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is shred some cheese or get shredded cheese. I would highly recommend shredding your own cheese because it melts better. Using pre-shredded cheese, they coat it so it doesn't stick together, and that coating makes it so it just doesn't melt as well. Shred your own cheese. It takes you like 5 minutes. Just do it. I promise. Shred an entire block of it. Keep it in your fridge. We'll use that for, honestly, 2 to 3 weeks. Are we supposed to? I don't know. But if it's not moldy, it's still good. Erica pro tip. So as the bacon gets to a point where it's almost done, you really want to keep an eye on it because this is where the bacon can very quickly start to burn. And as soon as it starts to burn, you're looking at a rough time. You don't want burnt bacon, I promise. So right about here is when the bacon really starts looking good. I usually give it another 1 or 2 minutes just so that it can be extra crispy enough for me to break it up and be able to sprinkle it onto our potatoes. Bacon looking like this out the oven is just about perfect. I'm gonna put the bacon on a paper towel and we're gonna put all of this grease back into the bowl of the oil that I used for the potatoes. And I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. First round of potatoes are done. So we're gonna take them out of the oven. And we're gonna go round 2 with the brush. This time we are brushing them with bacon grease. Flip and repeat. Be careful, they are hot. And depending on how yours cooked the first time around, if they look like mine and there's not a lot of brown on them, I'd stick them back in for about 20 minutes. If they have some more brown on them and you're finding that the bottoms were a little bit crispier, I'd give them about 10 to 15. Don't forget to put oil on the side though. Okay. Now, just because mine are not as brown as I would like them to be, I'm gonna put mine in for another 20. Now, I've perfected the timing down to a science, and what you want to do, because the next step, once the potatoes come out, we're going to be putting the cheese and the bacon on top, and then all you're doing is putting them back in the oven for the cheese to melt. So after this round, the potatoes are basically done. So we want to get the chicken to be done at the same time as the potatoes, and here's how I've perfected it. We will wait until the potatoes have 5 minutes left. As soon as they have 5 minutes left, we're gonna put the chicken into the pan. At the 5 minutes, so right as the potatoes are ending, we're going to flip our chicken, okay? So the first side of the chicken will be cooked. The second side we're going to immediately flip. After we flip the chicken, we're gonna bring the potatoes out, put cheese and bacon on them. Now, this all happens very fast, so just beware that you don't want to burn your chicken in the process. If you need to leave the potatoes to sit while you're putting the cheese and bacon on, you can do that. Don't let your chicken burn. While we wait for the potatoes to get to their 5 minutes left, we're going to crumble the bacon and get that ready for sprinkling of potatoes. If you understood the assignment, your bacon should be fairly crispy. So if your bacon is crispy enough, crumble it. If it is not crispy enough, or you don't like crispy bacon, I highly recommend using scissors. Using scissors to cut your bacon is a great opportunity. Okay, now I am going to save 4 pieces of this bacon for my son for tomorrow morning's breakfast. I don't like getting my hands dirty while crumbling, so I use a potato masher. And we're done. Just in case this is not enough bacon, I'll leave this out on the counter just while I do the potatoes, just in case I need some extra bacon. But if not, then I'll put that away in the fridge later. Now we wait until the potatoes have 5 minutes left to go. While we wait, please enjoy opening my Onyx Storm Amazon pre-order with me and see what we think of the quality. Not bad, actually. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at those edges. Oh, gorge. Absolutely stunning. I did go to the midnight release last night, so this is actually my second copy. Why do you need 2 copies, Erica? I don't know, okay? No one ever said being a bookworm made sense, okay? It's just book math. All right, we have 7 minutes left until the potatoes are done. And if you have a cast iron, this is the chance to get your cast iron preheated. You're gonna cook the chicken on a medium-high heat, nothing too hot, nothing too cold. 4 minutes left to go. We're gonna put the chicken in. I use avocado oil for this as well. And I'm usually pretty generous. And you're just gonna let your chicken live in there, and we are going to flip it right before the potatoes are done. The timer for the potatoes just went off, so we're gonna flip the chicken and then we're gonna take the potatoes out and do the cheese and bacon. It's going to go fast, so stay with me. And back in the oven until cheese is melted. And then as soon as both sides of your chicken look like this, you should be good to take them out. And potatoes are good to come out as soon as they're melted. Oh my God, does that not look so delicious? Ah. There you have it. The meal I call pan-fried chicken and cheesy bacon potatoes. Delicious, family-friendly. Thanks for hanging out while I cooked today. This was a lot of fun, and I hope that you'll subscribe for more.